Wow. Hello.
Hello.
All right. Hey, we're back here at 311, and we're ready to do some Q&A that came from the chat. First of all, guys, thanks for a great set. Everyone said that it was incredible, and, you know, they've just been missing shows.
Good job, crew. Let's see
Hello. Well, there's so much vibe in here. It's hard not to just be having fun.
Cruise Venmo is
Big vibe.
I was hoping to get some snorkel and be really cruised out here, but, you know. Let's just take it back. You know, obviously,
We gotta eat the mic.
to eat the mic. First comes the record, then comes the tour, the Transistor tour, right? 97
Transist tour.
Transistor tour.
Transist tour, that's right.
My bad. Remember any specific dates, any memories when it was like traveling on the buses? Obviously, the Blue Album had already blown up. You had a lot
You in
of.
junior high at that time?
Yeah, how old were you?
Sophomore.
Wow. Yeah, it was such an important tour that we took pictures for our laminates. There were pictures of us on the back.
Really?
Yeah, that's how real it was.
And stepping it up.
Yeah, it was intense.
I had a mohawk. It was blonde.
Any specific?
Yeah, we were doing that tour with Incubus and Sugar Ray.
That's right. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah.
96, we were doing the Cypress Far Side tour,
Right.
which is also pretty cool. But yeah, the Transist tour was our first tour with a lot of production.
Right.
So we had these cool screens in the back with like 5 of them, and old school, like, you know, 27-year-old projectors back then. That technology back then, and we had truss that would come down and move up and down, which was, you know, really cool. So it was our first time on a big stage, and
We had a curtain to start the show that could fall away. A kabuki screen that occasionally would get stuck on one side and they'd have to yank it down, but it's all part of the show.
yeah.
It happens. And, you got like big drum riser and stuff like that. We were talking about it earlier. And
Marley.
Marley, right?
Yeah,
which
Marley
is-
on the floor that
for you
nobody
guys
could
don't
see.
know at home, it's like a. Yeah, he's Marley. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very-
first name Bob.
Very important. You know, rubber mat or something ish that goes on the floor. Big 311 logo. You know, you might see it from the crowd.
It's for ballet dancing.
Is it really? I
Yes,
never
it
knew
is.
that. Wow.
He's chiming in.
Come on, baby.
All right. So that's great. Yeah, great. That sounds like a great tour. I would have definitely been there. Yes, I would have been in junior high. My mother would have had to drop me off, but I would have definitely went to go see it. Can we talk about? Let's just jump right into 311 Day. Where did that idea come from originally? Yeah, look at these scribbles here. It's great now. Yeah, where did the idea come from? You know,
I mean,
for some that don't know out there.
Like a few of our good ideas, they came from the fans directly, and we got to take credit for it.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's how it goes. We were hearing about fans conglomerating together in whatever cities and just listening to the music on March 11th, and we're like, hey, you should play like a really special show. And in 2000 in the year 2000 in New Orleans, we did that for the first time, and I think we played like 46 songs or something like that. And it's just been a continuous thing over the last like 20 years where we've played deep cuts and make an event out of it, and it's actually kind of turned into like a convention for the Excitables. What do you say, Essay?
I really can't add to that. No, I think you covered it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well,
You nailed it.
AC, thank you.
Yeah, AC feels good. AC, we like AC.
First one was 2000, right?
Yep.
Right.
And
State Theater.
yeah, State Theater, New Orleans, and then we decided to have that event every other year.
Right.
You know, because if you have it every year, people will be like, I'll go to it next year.
Right.
So we were like, let's do it every 2 years, and then obviously we started doing the cruise in between those years, and that's why you see all this, because we would be on
we'd be
a cruise this year if we weren't in these lockdowns right now. But
pour one out.
but we're cruising in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're cruising in here.
Pour some of that Penta out for the old washy washy guy. I miss that guy, man. Just being able to spray your hands. Happy washy washy. So yep, I mean, even just the last 15 years I've been around, every 311 Day changes. I can't say they always get. I mean, it's hard to say like, oh, this one was better than last one, because there's always something different, right? Last one, I'll be, I like this about last one, but this one's great because we did the Circle Trust or whatever. Anything else standing out from, like, you know, we did the Vegas years, we did the New Orleans arenas years, and
We had
last
an
year.
Elvis impersonator once
Oh, well, that's huge. Can we? Wow. Okay.
in Memphis.
That's huge.
Yeah.
A lot of people throwing back to last year, you know, it was our last, you know, sense of normalcy for a lot of people in the last show, and we actually, you know, stuck it out a couple extra days, so everyone's giving you guys a huge round of applause for that, you know. just crushing it. I mean, I was there 3 nights, and then remember everything was kind of shutting down, and you guys kept it going, and a lot of people enjoyed the heck out of it.
I mean, one of the things I remember is like bringing Yanni back in the fold. Like Yanni was our tour manager during the heyday in the Transistor times.
Get
I
him in
think.
here. Where's he
I know,
at?
where is he?
We
Should
need
be
Yanni in here.
And then
30 seconds.
and then he left us for greener pastures, which makes sense.
Laugh.
I mean, he was working with
Pastures ground.
he worked with James Brown. He worked with Mr. Brown. I know.
Motley
I know.
Crue.
It's crazy. I would have done that too. And but he came back, and one of the things I wanted to do for the 311 Day, which is his first show. What was it? 2016.
16, he came back. Yeah.
He was holding the disco ball for me
Yep.
when I did the bass solo, and I thought that was pretty great. That was something that sticks with me. It's kind of personal, but it was hilarious.
Very memorable moment.
Because I'm trying to
was.
play the bass and I'm just laughing.
Yeah,
I'm slapping and tapping and looping for the first time on stage. And here's this guy that I've known for 20 years that I share a birthday with, who's just come back into our fold, and he's holding a disco ball on a fishing pole.
I remember he looked over to stage left, kind of like looked at me like, is this happening? And I'm like, oh, this is how it is.
Yeah, we're doing
Johnny.
this. Yeah.
This
Every
is exactly
night.
how it
You've been
is.
going too
Yeah,
long,
we're going to be putting
Was
in work.
the when Manly pretended to be you? Was that 311 Day?
Oh, that was a
That
great
was a good
one.
one. That was
a
our
good
maybe our
one.
best prank.
Was that 08 or 10? It was maybe 08. Yeah,
that
for
was
the-
a great prank.
For those that maybe didn't catch it or weren't there, we Pino wanted to do his bass solo from front of house, and we were like, well, how do we do it? You're playing on Jackpot. I remember it was Jackpot specifically. So we did a gag, and it's actually, I'm going to just have to throw this out there for the old resume. It's the only time I've ever played any notes with 311. I had your backup bass, and we had a cue where I flipped it over to the backup bass, finished the end of the song with you guys, which was an honor. You dipped back around your amps, right? We had Manly there in a hoodie with about the same height, who came out with another bass like, yep, I'm rocking, which he wasn't. I was the one doing the rocking. And then Peanut, we got Peanut in the golf cart, scooted him over to front of house with old Sco at the time. And next song, lights go to front of house, and yet your man Peanut was over there busting the solo from about, 500 feet away, which as a tech freaked me out because, those wirelesses, I don't know how much range they got. So we're going to come back to Yanni in just a second, because I got something really big to bring up about Yanni, but I'm going to segue into that. I'm going to try to do as good a segues as Nick does. Where am I at here? I can't read my own writing. Okay,
It's a
very
Van
important.
Halen symbol.
Yeah, it's a Van Halen logo.
Halen
Sorry,
symbol.
that's what it says. A lot of people asking this, and I already know the answer, but I want to hear you guys give your own little thing. Do you guys miss us from the fans? I already know the answer, but and how much?
I'll go first. Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Of course we do.
Of course.
We miss doing what we were made to do and what we're born to do. So we miss it. We miss that's highlight of our lives. Of course we miss it.
What he said.
Absolutely. I just think I think you made a lot of people just tear up right now. So they just wanted to hear that. So, going back to Yanni again after that answer, you mentioned something in the room there that Yanni might have said about maybe some traveling coming around.
Yeah, I mean, here it is. I mean, I heard a rumor
Yeah.
that there's like shows on paper,
Trying to,
like,
yeah.
like making its way into reality, and let's just all collectively hope that it gets there, and we're gonna make it happen.
Are
Fingers
they
crossed.
in pen or pencil?
It's
They're
probably pencil.
in pencil, but like mechanical pencil, kind of dark.
Yeah, but it's a really good pencil. It's like one of those Ticonderoga ones.
Okay, number
Yep,
2.
Yep, 3B.
Number 2.
Which really we all know is really number 1. Can we just be real? You can't think of
Whatever the architects use.
Yeah, that's true.
What's
Yeah,
number
they just
2?
yeah, they did. Like, take this test. Get a number 2. Okay, so we're gonna put that as a Yanni said, right? And then do we have any parameters of that? Like, well, maybe when it might, if they're like start finish kind of thing. Anything? I don't know.
You're gonna get in trouble.
I
Yeah,
know. Okay.
I think bringing it up is already a little bit of trouble because
Gotcha.
everything is kind of tenuous. But everybody wants shows to come back, and us just as much as everybody else.
You got it. Yeah, absolutely.
And
And
we're
I just
working
felt,
on it.
I just felt all
'Cause
your,
that's what we do.
all your high fives out there. I felt all those. So I was just trying to,
Clapping your screens.
All right, yeah, they're slapping the screens here. Okay, so let's go back to Transistor. We barely touched on that. A lot of people consider it a longer album. Would you guys ever consider making another extended album like that, or a double album, something like this before, or was that kind of one-time thing?
I'll go first. Yes, we would.
Hell yeah. Sorry. Heck yeah.
Anything is possible. Anything's possible. Yeah.
Ask Scott, man. It'd be up to him.
It's a big green light. The album cover. Do you remember where the album cover came from? Or you were telling me about the guys that made the logo. I forget the name of
Pawn
the...
Shop Press.
Pawn
yep.
Shop Press. Actually, I have it written right here. I just can't read it.
Yeah.
It says Van Halen.
So the same guys that made the 311 logo are the guys that did
Yeah.
this album cover?
Yeah, some people's favorite album cover. Right there.
It's his favorite album cover. All right, and then it's kind of symbolic. I mean, I'm an amp guy, so I see the transistor tube right on
Yeah.
there, and it's energy, power. That's what powers these amps, and
Yeah.
yeah, and
It's,
kind of
you explained that real well about the transistor.
Yeah, it's like a spirituality a scientific spirituality that we're all conducting the same energy and we're all connected and we're all transistors of the same energy. So it's just to feel that connection and acknowledge that we're all part of a larger organism and that we're all one.
all right.
We're all from the same Lucy, despite the differences used.
I like it. All right, now playing these full albums all on the road. You guys have any preference to that versus mixed sets? I know for these guys at home that have heard the album straight through so many times, they probably are loving it because they're like, I know exactly what comes next. I feel exactly how much pause this is going to be. How do you guys feel about it? It's a little different for the band. Yeah, you like it? All right,
Yeah, we like
crickets.
it, yeah.
All right, cool.
We're having fun out there.
Cool.
Having fun out there. I mean, it's each one's different.
All right. Obviously everyone out there is like asking, oh, this song and that song. How did this song happen? Was there anything specific, like as far as inspiration? Now I'm gonna lead you in because, like, for instance, some of your effects units out there, we use like maybe the Hawaii sound on 2 or 3 different songs. So maybe sometimes just getting a certain piece of gear kind of just inspire you. I mean, obviously it must to like, oh, I'm gonna use this and go from rub dub to continuous life, same sound.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
different though to me in the song context, but
Yeah, that Hawaii sound is all over transistors. That was a big piece, and then also just getting a computer to work on the album for the first time. I learned this program called Studio Vision, which I actually got lessons from a guy and learned how to loop beats and had a bunch of MIDI keyboards and just getting really into dub effects and trip hop, and so it was fun to have a lot of musical filigree.
awesome, man. Yeah, okay. We were doing a little pre-question over here, but we're just yeah. Isn't that great? Look at how straight I made that.
No Van Halen.
Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah. There are definitely a lot of questions about individual tracks. Galaxies and Continuous Life, Electricities. You guys want to throw out any highlights or anything? I mean, like your favorite ones to play? Favorite one you played tonight? Maybe not of all time, but maybe tonight. Something you're in the groove with. Borders goes over, like, it slams every time, even in rehearsal. Every single time we played it, it would slam. So I'd throw that one out there. I love Electricity. These guys love them all. I love them all. Anything from y'all?
What's Evan laughing at? What are you laughing at?
Then I had like a.
I'm having a lot of fun with this right now.
Shot.
Yeah, a little too much fun.
Yeah, I had a cold brew, so I'm like a little jittery. But anything from out of you guys? I mean,
Hey, it's hard to pick a favorite, man.
yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to pick a favorite.
Totally.
It's like, especially when they're so different. They're like. Did I answer the right question?
Yeah, Diver Down is so different than the rest of the other albums. It's so unique.
It's the last time I'm wearing these shoes.
Or
kidding.
doing a logo on your notes.
Just kidding.
Transistor was the first time we took a little break to write an album. All the other albums, Music was 93, Grassroots was 94, and the Blue Album was 95, and Transistor came out in 97. We were writing and playing those songs on the road like we had done in the years previous, but this was the first time, I don't know, of course, after having success selling tons and tons of albums with the Blue Album and knowing that we were in a position to be as creative as possible. So that's really what we did. We let it all kind of come out, all the things that we were maybe keeping to ourselves and being shy about the influences, like really enjoying dub and going into space almost as a band. Really, it was a platform that we felt we were allowed to use because the success that we had on the Blue album, and also just the pivot that we wanted to do following success, showing that we could be a bigger band than what people thought from those, whatever tracks are on the Blue album. So we wanted to forever be a Rubik's Cube showing different colors.
That's a great answer.
I'm loud.
That's a great answer.
So it's hard to pick a particular track. Sure. Yeah,
absolutely.
it was just freedom.
Well,
Hot freedom.
well, on behalf. Well, I feel like I went down. Hey, you guys hear me out there? Anyone?
Yeah, they killed us.
All right,
Yep,
thank you.
yep,
That's what
yep.
counts. On behalf of the fans, the message I get, the question I get the most, well, it's not really a question, is to tell you guys how much they love you, how much they love the songs, the album, how much it means to them, how they've gone through their lives, growing to these songs, coming back to them when they need them, and so they really, really would always just want me to say thank you, 100% for doing this, for doing it then, for keeping it going, for coming around all the time, doing the special shows and all the different, cruises and events. So, I mean, can you just take a bow for these guys? A little half sitting down, and even a head nod. Come on, man. There you go. Yeah, they we love you guys. We love you guys from Orange County to Angola. Has anyone ever been there? That was one question. Where there's rhymes.
I could have used Pensacola. We go there.
All right, maybe next time. Maybe on Transistor 2, the sequel.
When we were recording it, Scotch would come into the studio every day with a different version of that line. He came up with like 6 or 8 different.
Come on, give us a new one right now.
I got brain freeze all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get my plan.
Orange County to
Come on.
San Fernando.
Yeah, there we go. Hey. Coca-Cola. Granola. How about Shinola?
Back in the day.
Shinola.
We don't know shit for shine, no love.
All right.
Everyone's like, hi, Mike.
All right. Well,
Good catch.
look, good job, Scotch. We know you guys have been here longer than the stream's going on. We've been here all day. We're gonna let you guys go, man. We just appreciate everything. Thank you so much for doing this, and we can't wait for the next one already.
Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Next month.
Later.
Happy 311 Day.
Cue it, Manly.
11.